Hey guys, today I'm upgrading the back speakers on my Toyota Corolla. Here are all the parts I'll be using. I'll have links to all of them down in the video description. I got a nice set of 6x9 speakers, speaker brackets and screws, ceiling tape, 14 gauge speaker wire, connectors, and electrical tape. I'll start by applying ceiling tape to the speaker side of the bracket. Now turn it over and use a drill bit to mark each hole. And now enlarge the marks. This will make it easier to start the screws later. And now apply tape to the other side as well. Next, install the speakers. Be careful to install them on the correct side of the bracket, otherwise the bracket won't line up in the car later. This is the speaker side on this bracket, but if you have a different one, make sure to check how it fits on the car first. Now place the speaker in. If it has directional tweeters, make sure that they're aimed correctly. The screw holes are not pre-threaded, so when starting them, push down firmly to start the thread, and make sure the screw is lined up straight. If the screw is crooked when it starts, the threads will be uneven. Install all screws first, and tighten once they're all in. For final tightening, use an X pattern and be careful not to over-tighten because that could strip the threads. When fully tightened, my screws were flush with the backside of the bracket, although this will depend on the thickness of the parts you're using. Next, connect the wire to the speaker, make sure not to push too hard, and for detailed instructions on crimping and wire polarity, check out the front speaker upgrade video, which I'll have linked up in the cards. Alright, so my speakers are ready to be installed. Let's go ahead and remove the old ones. To start, I removed both rear backrests. The extra space will make installation much easier. Next, remove the rear door scuff plate. Make sure to pull straight up. Pulling sideways could break the clips. And here are the clip locations. Now pull the weather stripping off and set it aside. Next, I'll remove the seat and roof panels. I'll disengage the clip on the back side first. And now disengage the clip next to the door through the opening on the side. Now there are two more clips remaining that are joining the panels together. Pull on the side of the panel to disengage the first clip. And pull on the bottom of the panel while holding the top panel down to disengage the last clip. And here's what the clip looks like. Next, take out the roof side panel. There are 4 clips holding it in. Start by disengaging the first 2 clips through the opening on the side. And pull on it to disengage the last 2 clips. Do the same on the other side. The brake light wires on this side, make sure to disconnect it, otherwise it could break when pulling the tray out. Now to remove the package tray, there are 3 clips to disengage. Pull up on the very end to disengage the first clip. There's 1 more clip close to the middle. And the last clip is towards the other end. Now pull the tray back, being careful not to snag any wires on the sides. I left mine hanging, but if you want to remove it completely, just pull the seatbelt caps off and take the seatbelts out. To remove the speakers, disconnect the connector first, and take the bolts out using a 10mm socket. Here's the stock speaker. I'm really happy to get rid of this. It's not even a full 6x9. Let's put the new speakers in. Start the bolts by hand first. And tighten them down in an X pattern. Pull the wire through the hole next to the speaker and cut it to size if needed. Then strip the ends. And I'll cut the speaker connector off. If you don't want to cut it, you can use Metro adapters. I'll have links to them down in the video description. Next, use nipping pliers carefully to remove about an inch of insulation. making sure not to pinch the wires. And strip about 1/2 inch from the ends, then twist the strands. This wire is too thin for the 14 gauge butt connector, so I'll fold the ends in two and then it'll fit perfectly. Put the connector on, make sure only the stripped part of the wire fits inside the connector, and crimp it down. And now do the same for the other one. Always make sure to test your connections by pulling lightly on the wire. Now connect the speaker wire. The positive wire from the speaker should connect to the black wire, and the negative speaker wire to the white wire. Install the other speaker the same way, except on this side, the red wire is positive. Now to protect the wire, I'm gonna put on wire loom, but first I'm gonna fix this overlap to ensure that the loom fits under the tray. When connecting the wires, make sure that they're not overlapping. Now put the loom on. This is 3/8 inch loom, which fits perfectly over the 14 gauge wire. Put it over the wire and feed it down through the hole first to cover the wire all the way to the speaker terminals. And cover the rest of the wire. Cut it to size. And cover it with electrical tape. So I got the speakers installed. Let's check if they're working properly. So the speakers are working great. Let's finish this up. To put the tray back in, line up the tabs at the back in their slots. And press down on the tray to snap the clips in. Make sure all 3 clips have clicked in before reinstalling the roof side panel. To reinstall the roof panel, line up the hook on the end of the panel with the hole on the side of the tray. Press it down to engage the clips. And to reinstall the bottom panel, push on both sides to engage the clips. And do the same on the other side. Make sure to reconnect the brake light before putting the bottom panel in. And finally, reinstall the weather stripping and the bottom scuff plate. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And consider subscribing. I'll be posting more car, home, and other repair videos in the future. Thanks for watching.